So the haunting of the phantom vessel. It was a balmy summer evening when Captain James Thornton and his crew set sail on a routine mission through the enigmatic waters of the Bermuda Triangle. They were aboard the SS Atlantica, a sturdy vessel well-versed in navigating the unpredictable currents and mysterious phenomena that plagued the area. The crew, experienced and confident, were ready for whatever the Triangle had in store for them. But as they ventured deeper into the heart of the infamous region, they couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. The sea grew eerily calm, and the sky darkened with storm clouds despite earlier predictions of clear weather. Soon the compass began to spin wildly, rendering it useless. The crew watched helplessly as their navigational instruments malfunctioned one by one. Panic set in as radio communications faltered, leaving them isolated from the outside world. As night fell, they spotted a faint, otherworldly glow on the horizon. Illuminated by a pale, ghostly light, a massive, ancient ship emerged from the thick mist. Its wooden hull was scarred and barnacle-ridden, and its masts and rigging seemed to stretch into the sky forever. The crew of the Atlantica could hardly believe their eyes as they observed the phantom vessel, a sight that defied all logical explanation. The ghost ship drifted closer, and Captain Thornton, his curiosity outweighing his fear, ordered a boarding party to investigate. Armed with lanterns and wary hearts, they cautiously stepped onto the eerie deck of the spectral behemoth. The air on the ghost ship was heavy with an otherworldly cold, and the creaking of the time-worn wood echoed like mournful cries. Below deck, they discovered a series of journals, each filled with tales of misfortune and strange happenings within the Bermuda Triangle. The journals dated back centuries, and the stories within told of lost ships, vanishing crewmen, and ghostly encounters. As the crew continued their exploration, they came upon an old, ornate cabin. Inside, they found a portrait of a man who bore a striking resemblance to Captain Thornton. The man in the painting had a haunted, pained expression that sent shivers down their spines. The inscription below read, "Captain Nathaniel Thornton, lost at sea, 1723. Realization struck like a thunderbolt. The ghost ship was none other than the long-lost vessel of Captain Nathaniel Thornton, a relative of their own captain. It had been lost in these treacherous waters over 2 centuries ago. The crew hurriedly collected the journals, and with trepidation, they departed the ghost ship. As they made their way back to the Atlantic, the specter slowly faded into the mist, its enigmatic mission fulfilled. Returning to civilization, Captain James Thornton and his crew shared their chilling encounter with the world, providing undeniable proof of the paranormal occurrences within the Bermuda Triangle. The tale of the phantom vessel of Captain Nathaniel Thornton served as a haunting reminder that the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle were far from being solved. To this day, the story of the ghost ship endures, a warning to those who dare to traverse the eerie waters of the Bermuda Triangle, a place where the past and present intertwine and where the veil between the living and the dead is thin, and where the ghosts of lost ships and sailors may forever roam the open sea. The Haunting of the Grand Ravenwood Hotel. Part 1. The Arrival. It was a chilly October evening when Emily Mitchell, a travel blogger with a penchant for exploring haunted places, arrived at the Grand Ravenwood Hotel. Located in a small, picturesque town nestled in the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, the hotel was renowned for its grandeur and old-world charm. Yet, it was equally infamous for the ghostly legends that clung to it like a shroud. Emily had heard of the hotel's haunted reputation and couldn't resist the allure of documenting her stay for her blog. As she entered the lobby, her footsteps echoed on the marble floors. The dimly lit chandeliers overhead cast eerie shadows, and the faded wallpaper seemed to whisper secrets of the past. A bellhop named Daniel greeted her with a courteous smile, taking her suitcase with a practiced ease. "Welcome to the Grand Ravenwood," he said. "You'll find that we have quite a history." Part 2. The Check-In. After signing the guest book, Emily was led to her room on the 4th floor. The creaky wooden floors and the flickering candle sconces lining the hallway sent shivers down her spine. Daniel left her in front of room 417, a key turning in the old brass lock. As she entered, a shiver ran down her spine. The room was impeccably clean, but exuded an atmosphere of somber nostalgia. Heavy drapes covered the windows, and the dim lighting lent a gloomy air to the space. It was a room that had seen generations come and go, each leaving behind whispers of their presence. Determined to make the most of her stay, Emily unpacked her camera and recording equipment. She wanted to capture every creak, every shadow, and every whisper that might reveal the hotel's haunting secrets. Part 3. The First Night. That night, as Emily lay in the antique four-poster bed, she was awakened by a faint, melodic tune. The sound seemed to come from the corner of the room. She turned on her flashlight and scanned the area. Her heart raced as she saw a shadowy figure in an old-fashioned suit standing there, playing a violin with ghostly fingers. Frozen with fear, Emily watched as the apparition continued to play. The music was hauntingly beautiful, and its mournful notes tugged at her heart. When the music ceased, the ghostly figure faded into the darkness. Torn between fear and fascination, Emily knew she had to capture this encounter. She reached for her camera, but when she snapped a photo, all that appeared was an empty room. The ghostly musician had vanished without a trace. Part 4. The Second Night. The next night, Emily decided to investigate further. She discovered a small library in the hotel and spent hours poring over dusty old books and newspaper clippings. She learned about a tragic story from the 1930s, a musician named Frederick Ravenwood, who had died under mysterious circumstances in the very room she occupied. As she delved deeper into the history of the hotel, Emily began to experience more strange occurrences. Whispers echoed through the hallways, and her footsteps often echoed those of another unseen guest. She heard the faint laughter of children, although there were no children staying in the hotel. Part 5. The Hotel's Dark Secrets. Emily's obsession with the hotel's mysteries deepened as she uncovered its dark secrets. The Grand Ravenwood was built upon a Native American burial ground, and it was rumored that the spirits of the land had never truly rested in peace. She also learned of the infamous Widow's Watch, a room on the 5th floor where distraught wives had waited for their husbands to return from dangerous coal mining expeditions. Many of those men had never returned, and their wives had been left to grieve alone. Emily couldn't resist the urge to explore the Widow's Watch. As she climbed the narrow staircase leading to the 5th floor, a chilling draft enveloped her. When she entered the room, the windows rattled and a faint voice whispered, "He's not coming back."